Okay, I'm back, y'all. Look, public service announcement slash parents or whatever. I have to remind myself. See, I got a 17-year-old son who acts 30. He budgets, he's responsible, he works, he does his grades, he do this and that. But you know what? I still have to remind myself to check behind him because he still ain't but 17. And even though he think he know everything, and I'm talking about he think he know everything, I got to remind him that I know a little bit some too. Like put the gear already in the all the way in the car. When you close the door, make sure it's closed good. Don't leave the door half open to a car. Stuff like that. You know. Well, he's young. He's. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna start reminding myself. He don't know everything. Continue to trust your own judgment as a parent. We know a little something. If they catch an attitude about it, they just catch an attitude about it. Because they don't know it. I don't know everything, and they don't either. Well, tomorrow is my birthday, April 6th. I ain't really got nothing planned because we're going to Alabama Friday and Saturday. So I'll be kind of celebrating like that. But I'm just glad to be able to be here another year, 49. I'll be 49. Glad to been able to see another birthday, you know. And me myself, if you know like I know, I'm glad that child I was just complaining about. I went to go see the grown one yesterday, but the one that is in the house that I just complained about, I won't want to be nowhere else but right here. He going to Alabama with me too, Friday and Saturday. But on my birthday, being here, being that responsible parent, being that responsible adult, to me is my own birthday gift to myself. And that's why I'm just gonna tell everybody, every day my birthday on this side of the fence. If you know, you know. If you know like I know, you know where I'm coming from. If you know, you know. So I'm just grateful to be able to be here, be present, not perfect, but I'm here, present, willing to learn, willing to change, willing to grow, willing to take suggestions, willing to listen to your side. I'm willing. Now that don't mean I got to do it now. But half the battle is won when you're willing. When you're willing and you accept, when you know you need that extra help and you're willing to accept that help. That's half of the battle won right there. Being willing. So once again, I wouldn't be no other, ain't no party on this earth, ain't no club, get together, smoke out session, bar, party, girls trip. No, this day and time, ain't nowhere else I would rather be on my birthday than with my child. You know, my daughter has her own life, and of course, anytime I'm with her, I love that. But you got to let grown children live their life too. And I'm that parent. I'm gonna let you live yours. I'm gonna let you live your. I ain't gonna be saying too much. Not when I seeing you halfway happy and you're doing responsible things. I'm gonna let you have it. But I'm always here if you need me. But I got a one minor child left, and really I'm all he got. Because I can see now how people are already acting like he owed them something. I don't care if you bought my child a gift every year of his life. He don't owe you nothing still. That's why I got to get some people heads. He know how to bless people through Christ's guidance. He don't. I'm his mom, and he don't even owe me nothing. And I had him. And yes, I did. It was 3 years of his life from 2017 to 2020 where I had a difficult time. 2 deaths, a spiritual death in my own life, and I needed a little help. So everybody that helped me, thank you. But don't think my child owe you nothing. He know how to be nice anyway. I don't want nobody talking about, remember when because if it weren't for God, we wouldn't have nothing no way. People try that mess. Especially us parents. Like, if my child won't do something for me, he can. But you know what? A lot of us parents forget about how 18 years of our life, all the money you spend during the year on a child, most of it you get back on income tax. Some of us, we don't have Medicaid, food stamp, all that. We were and then we want to act ugly with the men and get the license taken, get them locked up for child support when the government seeing about you. We claim head of household, but then we want to destroy a man's life if they don't want to like us no more, or they got another old lady. You can't make a person be a parent just because, put it this way, for some of us, up under the influence one night, in my case, 2 nights, up under the influence, both times, both situations. But then I want to lock a man up just because that night I decided not to be aware of my birth control because I was under the influence. And so now I'm trying to take a man's freedom, licensing. Some of us women ain't even fit to be mammies and trying to make a man be a pappy. We need to start taking responsibility for some of these stuff. We love to play the victim. They do this. The men do this. Ooh, they hurt my feelings. No, when you love yourself and know how to set boundaries and say no, you can't blame nobody for nothing. I used to blame my parents. Oh, they didn't ever let me go nowhere when I was little. Yes, they may have contributed into some of my behavior, but I learned not to blame that no more. I the one chose to act on my thug mentality. Nobody did not put no gun to my head and say, be a thug for 15, 20 years. Nobody didn't tell me to do that. So I'm not going to sit here and blame people for what the decisions I end up making. Like I say, mind you, the blame game in my case don't get me nowhere. Don't get no kind of doing right time and all that up under my belt for a consistent time. I might can get 6 months of doing right. Maybe a year. But if you want consistent years, it's time to do some inside work. One thing about inside work, it's good to have a clean and sober mind, but some of us ain't fortunate enough to say, okay, I can't, I'm not going to smoke weed no more. I'm not going to drink no more. Some people ain't fortunate right now to do that. So people like that, if you want to make a change, because they claim you can't do nothing if your mind ain't sober. But if you're dealing with facts, stay out of a fantasy world. And guess what? You can still have dreams and goals and speak things into existence. And a lot of people think that might be fantasy. But for some of us with our heart, minds, and souls, it's some of our realities. So don't let nobody trick you out of being imaginative, okay? That's why rockets go to the moon now. That's why Einstein was so smart now. Yes, mind you, he did do heroin, but they didn't discredit none of his work. Beethoven, Mozart, all them. It does not discredit those minds came up with that. But the point is, don't let nobody discredit your process. Because we be so caught up on different slogans and sayings when all of it don't pertain to us. You know, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. When it comes to pain medications, a person like me need to kind of make sure I don't ever abuse any mind mood altering chemical, especially pain medications, even though that was never my thing. But the reason why I'm placing emphasis on this now is because God snatched me up out of the mire in 2020. Now, December 2020, I had my first hip surgery. Anybody with common sense know I was going to have to take probably morphine. They gave me Roxy. They gave me Percocet. They sent me home with Percocet. Okay? For several weeks after. But I was honest about it. I wasn't sneaking. And I took it as directed. In the end, and I prayed the whole while. I stayed connected with people. They dropped Narcan off to the house. I was responsible. And when the time came and God knew it was time for me to stop taking that medicine, number one, he know it constipated me too much. Number two, it had my skin itching like crazy. And that's what really made me say, I don't want no more of that. All that itching, no. That, a combination of diabetes, I'm lucky my mind ain't crazy from that, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is I wasn't going to tell that doctor, don't give me none, but you can cut me right there, wide open, because I'm afraid that I'm going to get hooked. Because the slogan saying is once you use any kind of drug, you release the addiction all over again. So how was I able to stop taking them? But I ain't go back to them streets like the book said I supposed to have did. But that's because I had things in play. I had a pure motive. If I was hurting and my nerves were bad and I felt like I wanted to go do something bad, I still got stitches in me. I took it for more than just the pain. See, I'm honest. I liked how it made me feel too. Especially you got a big cut on your side. December 2020, May 2021, I had the second surgery. I went through the process all over again. But keep in mind, I know what I don't want to. And one of the main things that I don't want is to ever be away from my minor child. Okay? I know I don't want that because it almost killed me when I used to be away from him sometime. But according to them slogans, what I was telling you, I supposed to have been already thugged out back on the streets and everything. It's 2023 now. It's been almost 2 years since I've had those surgeries. Where I'm at, still home, still being productive, still being responsible. And you know what? I ain't worried about if I'm acceptable. Because a lot of these humans that I would base my self-worth off of, I wish I wouldn't even never fell for it. Look, some of them I fell for it because it was members of the clergy or deacons or ministers and evangelists. See, a lot of those was wolves in sheep clothing that expectations I was trying to live up to. And now I realize they can be them and I can be me. And that's because I put pride aside. I continue to be honest, and I'm going to let my feelings be known. The only person that I have nominated where I can just let them say and do anything and I ain't going to say a word or mumble a word is my daddy. And that is it. That don't go for my children. That don't go for my aunties, uncles, nobody. Preachers, teachers, presidents, popes, Queen Elizabeth children. It don't go for nobody but for my daddy. Police, everything. Cause see, one thing about police and members of authority, when you're doing the right thing, and there's still Channel 13 around, they don't want to be exposed. So, they're afraid of the media. And these days, you can do more than call Channel 13. You can just grab your phone. But yeah, so today was a long, night long little conversation. I think I just needed to say that. So if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, Queen Elise. Comment down below. Let me know, good or bad. I listen to everybody's input. You know, just because you might not agree with something that I say or we might not, that don't mean I'm not gonna not. You know, you comment too. You ain't got to hit the like button. You can hit the unlike button. But the point is we get our communications across. And then I have another YouTube channel, Queen Elise Nicolette, and Nicolette is my middle name for anybody that wants to know because I also have a page on Facebook, Queen Elise Nicolette, and Queen Elise, just like on YouTube. And then my name, Elise Roberts, that's my original Facebook page. But all of my pages have the same profile picture, so you'll know it's me each time. And so I will check y'all in the next one. Bye.